Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have our two final player builds of the year. Paul Coffey and Mo Seider, two absolute beauties and a little throwback and current duo from the Detroit Red Wings, even though I know Paul Coffey played for a lot of different teams. Real quick before we get into it, all I can say is thank y'all so much for all the love on this series and just the channel in NHL 23. And if you want to continue to see this series and some of the best builds and some different type videos in NHL 24, feel free to drop a sub with noties on so you don't miss any bangers from here on out and come NHL 24. I greatly appreciate y'all boys for all the love. Let's get right into game one for y'all. Here we go, y'all, hopping into the last builds of the year, the last duo and the last player builds of NHL 23. We do, of course, have Paul Coffey and Mo Seider. We did make them a Red Wings duo for the sake of this video, simply because that's just kind of how the duos worked out best. If y'all saw the poll, if you didn't, we do run a poll, of course, every single weekend to decide what player we're going to run for the week. So if y'all haven't seen those yet, I plan on doing that the same exact way, taking all y'all comments, throwing them into some different polls and stuff. So be on the lookout in the communities tab of the channel for NHL 24 as well. I do, of course, have to address the elephant in the room, which is that we have two defensemen and we only have one defenseman position in threes. So that, of course, means that one of these defensemen is going to have to play forward, and that is, of course, going to be Paul Coffey. He did play a little bit of forward in his career. He technically played center, though, and for the sake of how I wanted to make his build and everything, it just didn't work out with making him a center build, so I made him just a winger for the sake of this video. Here we go, North. Let me see something, kid. Ew, let's go. Now for this video, like I did, I forget exactly which duo or duos it was, but I will be doing one game on the Seider build, which will be this first game, and that was actually a hell of a play by that dude. And the second game, I will be on the Paul Coffey build. Save 2K. Oh man, this one's gonna be a high scoring game, fellas. The fact that this is probably gonna be a high scoring game will align perfectly with our challenge, though. We are going to go for 5 points with both the Mo Seider and Paul Coffey build. We're gonna go for that for both games. Obviously, if we can't get that, then it kind of is what it is. If it's a good game, it's a good game. We're also gonna be going for some big hits with this Seider build. Hopefully some reverse hits. I know Cheek's going to be doing the same when he's on this build. Let's go. What a play by Seider. What a finish by Coffey. Let's go. There's Seider's first point of the game so far. Here we go, fellas. Hopping in a game. Oh my God. Period 2, not game 2. Holy, I'm absolutely tripping. These dudes, unfortunately, are not the biggest. Ew, what a play by Cheeks Coffey. I, of course, have to give a huge shout out to the homie Cheeks for using the Paul Coffey build. He will most likely also be using this Mo Seider build in game 2. Wow, that's a good play. Get him, Coffey. Let's go. Big save. No way. He literally hugged his post, bro. Oh my God. What is Cheeks doing to these guys with this Coffey build? Holy. Sorry, Cheeks. Bang. Nah. Had to end that shit with some authority, fellas. Here we go, y'all. Hopping into the third period of a pretty action-packed game. It definitely slowed down there a bit in the second period, but that guy's gonna absolutely die. I'm so sorry your boy just set you up like that. Boom. See you, buddy. Get in. Let's go, baby. I don't know how that one snuck through, but we'll absolutely take it. Come on, boys. Let's try and get one more point for both Coffee and Seider. If not, at least Seider, because I'm pretty sure Coffee definitely has the challenge, but Seider does not yet. So let's see if Coffee can give him another point right there. Let's go, baby. I don't know how many that is. I think that might be 3 or 4, though. I think we might still just be a little bit short on the Seider build. I also forgot to mention we are rocking the Pavel Datsyuk jersey, which I did unfortunately get after I actually recorded that Pavel Datsyuk video, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it's okay because now we have another Red Wings player and we're able to rock this one. Let's go, baby. Oh no, don't leave. Absolutely incredible first game from the boys. As you see, we had 1 goal, 4 assists on the Seider build, 7 goals, 1 assist for Cheeks on the Paul Coffey build. So that does mean challenge complete. We just got it at the end with the last point there right before they rage quit. Huge shout out to Cheeks for showing off that Paul Coffey build. Now we're about to get right into game 2, but we're about to swap builds. Cheeks about to go to defense. I'm about to go to wing on the Paul Coffey build. Let's get right into it for y'all. Here we go, y'all. Hopping into game 2. As y'all see, I am on the Paul Coffey build. Like I mentioned previously, we're going to be switching it up. Cheeks is now on the Seider build, playing some defense. I am now on the Paul Coffey build. What a pass.
Your trash, kid.
Come on, Coffee. We need redemption for that breakaway that we absolutely sold the shit out of.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Luckily, it's still very early in the game, so we do have a lot of time to recover and bounce back, which hopefully we will. If not, y'all will probably not see this one, that's for sure. Let's go. What a play, Cheeks. See, I just needed to be set up with a pass. Screw a breakaway. Yup. Read you like a book, buddy. Redemption? Let's go. Redemption. 3rd time's a charm, fellas. Like I said, I knew it was super early in the game. I wasn't about to get down on myself too bad yet because we did still have a lot of time, and clearly they do too, because just like that, it's a 2-1 hockey game. Oh, no, it's not. Let's go. Go, Hunt.
I don't know that.
No, Alexa. Bro, that was not the time, Alexa. Oh, yeah, what a play. Oh, I think that hit that dude. Ew, what a play again by Seider. Coffey once again has a hat trick. Once again, an absolute offensive onslaught from the squad this time, boys. Like I said, we were gonna make sure we went out and said goodbye to NHL 23 with a bang, but these dudes are not gonna make that an easy task. Here we go, fellas, hopping into the second period, and I have to reiterate, this is the last player build of NHL 23. This series will, of course, be back in NHL 24 once I get the abilities and stuff that I need. I'm not real sure how they're going to actually do the loadouts and everything like that. That's all going to be super new.
Look at that elite ball placement. That's elite ball. That's elite ball placement.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, not only are we hopefully going to get some new changes to the player builder and everything like that, but there will be some changes to this series itself. I feel like there isn't really any stakes with the player build series. Like, yeah, I show you all the games, we show off the builds, it's cool, fine, and dandy. But I'm thinking about making a challenge wheel. Oh my God, get in. Ew, what a play from Seider and Coffey. But yeah, I'm thinking about a challenge wheel where basically, if the player doesn't have something specific that I want to try and accomplish, not any type of specific challenge or anything, like those players where I say, yeah, we don't have a challenge for this one, we implement one, and we maybe either have some kind of uniform punishment or just some kind of punishment wheel as well. Win that. Nice. Go. Go. Oh, good reverse hit. There we go. About time. Unfortunately, in these games, The reverse hitting for Mo Seider is probably the thing that we didn't really get to show off that I would have wanted to show off a little bit better. Unfortunately, though, we didn't really play guys with super big builds for once, actually, in these videos. So we didn't get a whole lot of chance to reverse hit and everything like that because they just weren't going for the hits like crazy, especially not on that super big Seider build. Ew, speaking of the devil. All right, come on, 2K. Need to save out of here, kid. Let me see something. Ah, damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. What a play. Coffey to Hunt gets it right back at the end of the period. Here we go, fellas. Hopping in the third period. And once again, like I mentioned in the last video, these are the last player build videos, but I will have a couple other videos coming. A farewell to NHL 23, and we have to get a dub in every single one before we end the stream for the night, so I will be doing that live on Twitch. Link will be down in the description below if you want to check that out and see that live. If not, the video, like I said, will be over here. We will have a couple other challenge videos and stuff like that as well, but for the most part, we are of course coming to the end of NHL 23. Oh, ew, get in. What a play. Just how we drew it up, fellas. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Trying to share the love, boys. We're trying to share the love around here. I told y'all we were trying to share the love. I do, of course, gotta say one more time, once again, thank y'all so much for all the support. Not only on this series, just on the channel as well. I know that some of my biggest videos were just my best builds in general, which I will of course be bringing at the beginning of the year. I will of course always have the best builds at the beginning of every single year for y'all. But regardless, my channel had some crazy amount of growth, and while we may just be getting started, this is way more than I could have ever imagined that my channel would ever grow. So I once again just have to reiterate and say thank y'all so much for all the love this year. Thank y'all for all the support. I hope I have it going forward in NHL 24 and whatever NHLs come out in the future and stuff like that. Hopefully we're on to a better game for next year. But regardless, NHL 23, we still went absolutely crazy. Oh no. Go. Come on, get one more, Seider. Are you going to drop past that? Let's go. I knew he was going to drop past that. I was ready for that. What a beauty. Absolutely incredible second game from the boys. We had 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points on the Coffey build, 4 goals, 4 assists for Cheeks on the Mo Seider build. So we absolutely destroyed the challenge in this second game. We did complete it in both games. Like I said, I told y'all I wanted to try and end this year off with a banger, and that I think we did. So let's get right into how to make the builds for y'all. It's going to be Paul Coffey first, Mo Seider right after it. Let's get right into Paul Coffey for y'all. Now, to recreate Paul Coffey in EASHL, obviously I know I had him playing winger for the video, but it's because we had 2 defensemen and we were playing 3s. But I did actually make him a puck-moving defenseman because he is, of course, a defenseman. And this is also the reason I didn't want to make him a center, because when you make him a PMD, as you see, you only have 80 face-offs, which means we wouldn't have been able to win any kind of face-offs on this build. So I felt like we might as well just make him a winger for the sake of the video. We did get to make him his actual height, which was 6 foot on the dot. But we did have to make him a little bit lighter and go 160 pounds. And this is because that gives us that +2 speed. And Paul Coffey was a pretty fast skater. He does, of course, shoot left-handed, and abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. First, for your technique attributes, all you want to do is add 3 to your wrist shot accuracy, 2 to both slap shot accuracy and speed, then take 5 off your balance and 3 off your agility. And do not worry, we will make up for some of these lower attributes that we want to be a little bit higher later in the build. Next, for your power attributes, all you want to do is add 4 to your wrist shot power, 3 to both slap shot power and puck control, then take 5 off acceleration and 4 off your endurance. After that, for your playstyle attributes, all you want to do is add 5 to your passing, 3 to offensive awareness, and 1 to defensive awareness, because like I said, Paul Coffey can play on both sides of the ice extremely well. Then you just want to take 5 off body checking and 5 off stick checking. And I know we definitely want our stick checking to be a little bit higher, but it's tough with these Hall of Famers and these players that will basically be 99 overalls, and you have to throw them together in an 84 to 85 overall build. We have to do the best with what we can. For your tenacity attributes, all you want to do is add 3 to your hand eye, 2 to strength, then take 5 off shot blocking and 4 off your durability. And for your last attributes, your tactics attributes, you want to add 5 to your deking, of course, then take 5 off face-offs, as like I said, we weren't really going to be able to up his face-offs at all, so there was no point in not sacrificing the face-off attribute. Then take 4 off fighting and 3 off your discipline. Now, going back to abilities, for Paul Coffey's zone ability, there was one that stood out to me above all the rest, and as much as I wanted it to be one of the passing ones, I actually gave him elite edges. And the reason for this is gold elite edges I felt like it made up for that low agility attribute. I wanted it to be a little bit higher than 85 agility, but we couldn't get it any higher, so elite edges will help counteract that and make it feel higher. And not to mention, Paul Coffey has always been one of the most elusive and agile defensemen when it comes to skating, so we of course we're going to have to show respect to that no matter what. Now, for Paul Coffey's superstar abilities, for his first one, yes, we of course did give him a passing one as well, because the only reason I didn't make his passing one of his main zone ability is because his passing was a 92, his agility was only an 85, so I felt like we had to give that gold ability to the lower attribute, so that's why we gave him elite edges and tape to tape for superstar ability. Then for his second one, we did decide to give him stick 'em up, because as much as he was an incredible offensive defenseman, he could also play the hell out of the defensive side of the ice as well, and I wanted to also pay some homage to that as well, so we gave him stick 'em up. And finally, for Paul Coffey's boost, for his first one, we of course gave him power skating, because 89 speed was way too low, but he was a really fast skater. He wasn't the fastest, I'd say, but he was definitely a really fast skater, so we had to give him kind of that nice little in-between speed. 91 felt really good for a Paul Coffey build. Then for his other one, we actually decided to give him positional IQ. And the reason for this, if y'all see the playstyle attributes, he has 90 offensive and defensive awareness, which just kind of hammers the point home of this really is an all-around defensive build. You can score, you can pass incredible, you can play some incredible defensive well, and that is really what Paul Coffey was as a player. So I think this build accurately represents him super well. And that is how we recreated Red Wings legend Paul Coffey right here in ESHL. Let's get right into our final build of the year, Mo Seider. Now, to recreate Mo Seider right here in ESHL, I decided to switch up his build a little bit from NHL 22. If y'all saw that, I'm pretty sure I made him an enforcer defenseman. This time around, I decided to make him a two-way defenseman, and the reason being, part of it is because we get his actual height and weight, which is 6'4", 204 pounds. He does, of course, shoot right-handed, and abilities and boosts will come back to as always, which is also part of the reason why I wanted to make him a two-way defenseman. For your first attribute, your technique attributes, you want to add 2 to wrist shot, 2 to slap shot accuracy, and 2 to your speed as well. Then take 5 off your agility and 2 off your balance as well, as agility is obviously not what we were focused on for Mo Seider. Next, for your power attributes, you want to add 4 to your wrist shot power, 3 to slap shot power and your puck control, then take 5 off your acceleration and 4 off your endurance. After that, for your playstyle attributes, all you want to do is add 3 to your passing, 2 to body checking, and 1 to your defensive awareness. Then take 4 off stick checking, which I know Mo Seider is obviously really talented at stick checking and stick lifts and stuff like that, but do not worry, we'll make up for that later in the build. Then take 3 off your offensive awareness. For your tenacity attributes, you just want to add 5 to your strength, then take 5 off shot blocking and 4 off your durability. And for your last attributes, your tactics attributes, all you want to do is add 5 to fighting, take 5 off your face-offs, and take 3 off your discipline as well, as obviously we don't need face-offs for obvious reasons. And Mo Seider is a pretty good and pretty big fighter. He's the guy that if somebody hits one of his teammates, he's going to be the first guy over there trying to fight the guy who hit his teammate. Now for Mo Seider's zone ability, obviously we don't have truculence or back at you, which is probably the first 2 abilities that you think of when it comes to Mo Seider. But as you see, we do actually have shutdown on a 2-way defenseman, which if you look at the description, it has exceptional poke checking, hitting, and shot blocking, which is 3 things that Mo Seider really excels at, especially when it comes to the hitting and the poke checking, which is really why I did it, because instead of having to use stick 'em up and truculence, we combine them both into one ability, and we can basically get an extra ability slot from that in a sense. Now, of course, for Mo Seider's first superstar ability, we of course gave him back at you. He's one of the best reverse hitters in the league ever since he started in the league. That's pretty much why he's gotten people's attention. When I started watching him and I saw his first gameplay when I did the build last year, I absolutely loved the way he would reverse people and just lay people out on their asses. So we had to give him back at you, of course. Then for his second one, we actually gave him Send It, because he is also a really talented, honestly maybe underappreciated breakout passer when it comes to his breakout passes as defenseman, so we wanted to give him Send It as well. And finally, for Mo Seider's boost, for his first one, we of course gave him durable skating, because I didn't want his speed to be super slow, but I also didn't want him to be super fast, of course. So Mo Seider has a speed of right in the middle, and 86 felt pretty good to represent that. Then for his other ability, we actually gave him booming hits, and the reason being, you see now he has 90 body checking combined with shutdown. This makes him an absolute physical specimen out there on the ice, as y'all saw in the video. He can reverse hit, he can hit the shit out of people, and he can play the shit out of defense with stick checking and stuff like that as well, blocking shots. No matter what, this Mo Seider build can do everything that Mo Seider can do in real life, and maybe even more, to be honest with y'all, because 75 deking and a couple of the other stats might even be a little bit high for Mo Seider. But regardless, that is how we recreated both Mo Seider and Paul Coffey right here in ESHL. Once again, thank y'all so much for all the love in NHL 23 on this series. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more of it in NHL 24, feel free to drop a like on the video, comment any other players you want to see me make in ESHL 24, and sub with noties on so you don't miss your favorite players in the next NHL game. I greatly appreciate y'all, boys. I appreciate you watching the video, and appreciate you watching any of the videos along the way. I will see y'all boys next time. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.